warm good evening to everyone here. I take great pride and great joy in welcoming all of you to the inaugural session for the Muskaan Literature Festival for Child Authors. Can we have a round of applause to welcome everyone, especially our young superstars, young literary superstars here. Before we go ahead and introduce the festival to you, I thought it is only apt that I tell you about the entities and the organizations that have made this festival possible, that have curated this festival. I would begin by talking about the Prabha Khaitan Foundation, which is dedicated to socio-cultural welfare and humanitarian causes. It is a not-for-profit trust founded by late Dr. Prabha Khaitan in early 1980s. Based in Kolkata, the foundation is dedicated to promoting performing arts, culture, education, literature, gender equality, and women empowerment. Amongst its many literary initiatives is also Muskaan, which is of course dedicated to the literary advancement of young authors like all of you. I would also like to take a moment to mention about the Education for All Trust, which prioritizes need above merit with the belief that any child who wants to continue going to school has the right to do so. The trust believes that problems plaguing the nation such as unemployment, crime, corruption, and population explosion have all been created by a lack of basic education. Creating opportunities for children to be educated will help minimize the trust beliefs, if not eradicate all such issues. So the Education for All Foundation and the Prabha Khaitan Foundation have come together to create this Muskaan Literature Festival for Child Authors. And to know more about the festival, to learn more about the festival, I would like to invite on stage Mrs. Sumitra Ray, the Student Programs Advisor of Prabha Khaitan Foundation. Ma'am, please give a formal welcome note, a welcome address, and tell us more about the Muskaan initiative and this festival.
On behalf of Prabha Khaitan Foundation, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you present here this evening. We at Prabha Khaitan Foundation believe in nurturing creativity and artistic development. It is a pleasure to host the Muskaan Literature Festival, a one-of-a-kind literary event curated specifically to focus on child authors, celebrating the young literary talent of our country. This unique literary festival will have over 30 child authors aged 8 to 14 years participate from different parts of the country in the next 3 days, where they will be engaged in interactive sessions, activities, workshops, and more. I will now briefly speak a little about our initiative, Muskaan. Muskaan is a joint initiative of Prabha Khaitan Foundation and Education for All Trust, aimed at promoting skill development among children through webinars, courses, and workshops. Muskaan seeks to popularize and teach arts, culture, heritage, and literature among the young children in India by weaving it into the formal and informal education system. This is done by engaging students in diverse activities like cultural programs, storytelling, theatre, dance, music, and performing art, which are organized in collaboration with our national and international institutes and associations. Muskaan also supports needy and marginalized students by providing them with tuition, coaching classes, stationeries and study materials, distributing nutritious food, and providing basic hygiene amenities. Shree Cement Limited supports Muskaan under their corporate social responsibility initiative.
Begin our festival with the traditional lamp lighting ceremony, for which I would like to invite on stage all of our dignitaries. I would begin by inviting Mr. Priyank Kanoongo, Chairperson, National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, onto the stage. I would also like to invite on stage Dr. Sachidanand Joshi, Member Secretary, the Executive and Academic Head of Indira Gandhi National Centre for the Arts, Mr. K. N. Srivastav, Director of India International Centre, and Dr. K. Srinivasa Rao, Secretary, Sahitya Academy, to please come up on stage. And can we have a round of applause? Can we put our hands together for all of our dignitaries? Alongside, I would like to invite on stage Mr. Anant Vijay, Ms. Kiran Manral, who are the members of the selection committee for Muskaan Literature Festival, to join us for the lamp lighting here. Alongside, may I invite on stage Ms. Shobha Tharoor Srinivasan as well. Can I also request Mrs. Ray to join us on the stage for the lamp lighting?
Shubham karoti kalyanam Arogyam dhan sampadaha Atma buddhi prakashaya Deepa jyotir namostute Deepa tvam dehi kalyanam Dehi sarvan manorathan Yavat karam samapyeta Tavat tvam susthiro bhava
I would also like to request Ms. Anindita Chatterjee to come on stage, please, the Executive Trustee of the Prabha Khaitan Foundation. I would request ma'am to felicitate all of our dignitaries. Mr. Priyank Kanoongo, welcome to the festival and thank you so much for being with us. Dr. Sachidanand Joshi, we accord a very warm welcome to you, sir. Mr. K.N. Srivastav, we're very happy to have you here with us. Mr. Anant Vijay, member of the selection committee of the Muskaan Literature Festival as well. Welcome. Ms. Shobha Tharoor Srinivasan, a very warm welcome to you, ma'am. And of course, all of us favorite author, Ms. Kiran Manral, who is also a part of the selection committee for the festival. Chairman of the selection committee of the festival. I had no idea. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. To not go back, stay with us on the stage to talk to us about the festival. And now that I know that you're the chairperson of the selection committee, we would also love to know what was the selection criteria. How writers, she's also a columnist. I'm just filling time till the time she comes to the stage.
So much, Soumya, for that lovely introduction and for the lovely filling in of time. I'm sorry it takes me a little time to clamber up with the sari, but thank you for being indulgent. I am so delighted to be here and to see the Muskaan Festival for Child Authors come to fruition. This is a dream that Anandita and Sandeep ji had for a long time, and I'm so happy to see it here and to see the lovely bright expectant faces here. The festival is a very different festival in the sense that we do not put the grown-up authors center stage. We put the children up center stage. And for that, we have to select from a whole lot of names and entries that came in. Our selection committee members, on behalf of our selection committee members, Anant Vijay ji, who's here and who has very nicely fobbed this responsibility off onto me, Vinny Kakkar ji, Meeta Kapoor ji, Urvashi Putalia ji, and Sumitra Ray madam, who has been spearheading the entire process. We had around over 100 entries from all over India. A few inquiries came in from overseas as well. And as the promotion started, there came more inquiries, more entries, but we had the onerous task of shortlisting names. And this is a difficult task because when you're shortlisting children's writing, it's a lot of hope and dream, and it's a child's ambition that is at stake. And that's a very precious and a very delicate thing that you have to take responsibility for. And I'm sure all my committee members with me felt the same way when we were going through the entries, that how do you choose one over the other? Because every entry shows something that is commendable, something that is noteworthy, but we had to do it. There were 31 child authors have finally made it here today. And these are authors who have covered all regions from the north, south, east, west, central India. We've tried to take a cross-section from across the country. It's always very difficult to grade creativity. It's even more difficult because there are so many different forms of creativity. But I think I could speak for all of us on the committee when I say that what we tried to look for was something unusual, a voice. Now, children are too small to have a voice fully formed or fully developed. But if you find a little spark, a little something in the writing, and something that sets it apart, I can't really define it. It comes intuitively. It's a gut instinct that you see something that the child has thought differently, has presented something differently, has gone beyond what is normal. I think that is what guided me most of the times. A unique voice, some originality, a curiosity, a willingness to take creative risks in the writing. Also, a sense of rootedness. I think only when you are rooted in your culture, in your heritage, in your city, in your town, in your country, when you have the roots, when it is set with what you experience, then you can grow and you can reach out to the sky. So something that had a sense of rootedness is also something that I found very fascinating. Language, of course, that was important. Attention to language. And of course, it was a wide cross-section of age also. It was a wide span of age that we looked at. So there is leeway that you give for certain things. But at the end of the day, grammar is important, punctuation is important, spelling is important. These are little things that you do keep in mind. Pace is important. As you write further and as you grow further in your efforts and endeavors in becoming writers, you realize how important this is. And endings and beginnings. I think this is also what we look for. A great ending, a twist in the tale, something we didn't see coming, an ability to take a story that seemed, routine and run of the mill and twist it around in a certain way and end it in a certain way that completely shocks you. I think that's interesting. A great opening line also reels you in. There are many different things that you look at, but overall, I think the broad consensus would be originality, a voice, something that shows curiosity. And I'm glad we found many, many lovely new voices emerging. I have great hopes and expectations from everyone who sent in their entries. Even those who didn't make it, there were some lovely contributions there too. And I wish you all the best in your future endeavors in writing, and I hope to see you continuing writing. Do read and do keep writing. Thank you so much.
It's a big, big, big congratulations to all the child authors who were selected and who are here with us today. You had some tough criteria to sail through. And on that note, I would like to invite on stage Ms. Shobha Tharoor Srinivasan to talk to us about the curation of this festival. Shobha Tharoor Srinivasan is an award-winning children's author, poet, editor, voiceover talent who has also won the 68th National Film Awards for the Best Narration Voiceover for the film Rhapsody of Rains, Monsoons in Kerala. I am very excited to hear your voice and everything you have to share.
Good evening. Well, it was wonderful to hear the care and thought and affection and interest with which the children were selected, and I applaud the selection committee for that. Good evening, dignitaries, stakeholders, friends, like-minded people, and above all, children's authors, child authors, the people we celebrate this weekend. It is my pleasure, my distinct pleasure, to be associated with such a commendable effort of the first Muskaan Literature Festival for child authors. As an author who has written for children for a number of years, and as a voice talent who has used my voice to bring words to life in a different way, it is a particular joy to me to have this opportunity to gather with children who love words and rhymes and stories with a similar passion as I do. Children, these 3 days of literary discoveries will be sure to cement your skills and build this foundation for all of you to be future wordsmiths and celebrated writers. It has always been a joy for me, personally, to have been associated with the Prabha Kaitan Foundation. The zeal and endeavour and warmth of the foundation to work for a better tomorrow is truly inspiring. With a mission to encourage literary assets of the nation, the foundation has created boutique events throughout the country to showcase the latest creations in the world of books. Muskaan Literature Festival for Young Authors in the national capital is one such event. I'm delighted to be the curator, a rather formidable name, but a small position really, of this first of its kind literary show at the India International Centre in Delhi. I'm going to also be working with students in workshops, and I'm very, very excited about that. Thank you, Prabha Kaitan Foundation and Education for All Trust, for inviting me as curator of the Muskaan Literary Festival. I believe that the planned interactions with young authors from different regions of India will not only broaden outlook and sharpen skills, but will bring the young regional authors into the purview of a wider audience. I am confident that this unique literary show will create a roadmap for the exchange of thoughts and ideas that will continue to empower one and all for years to come. Our children are the future stewards of the nation and of the planet. Their learning today informs their journey tomorrow. To paraphrase our beloved former President Abdul Kalam, there is no greater place to be than to lead young minds to prosperity. The panel moderators, all specialists in their genres, and I look forward to our workshop interactions with the children and to affecting their thoughts about literature. Kids, you have a really fun couple of days ahead of you. Look forward to interacting with you, and I hope you're looking forward to the next couple of days. Thank you very much.
It was lovely to hear from you, ma'am. And there is truly a lot of care, a lot of planning that has gone into every aspect of the festival. And one of those key aspects of the festival is the logo of the festival that you can see there. Those of you who know it, but those of you who don't, I would love to share with you that it was in August of last year that Mr. Ruskin Bond unveiled that logo from his home in Landor. And this logo has since then come to represent all that this festival stands for, which is creativity, which is literature, which is joy, which is books, which is creating future wordsmiths, as Shobha ma'am has very aptly put here. And we also have a video message from Mr. Ruskin Bond himself, which we would love to play for you now.
To the children of India, over the years, in encouraging the reading habit, writing, and other cultural activities, and its latest venture, the Muskaan Literary Festival, is especially organized for young children and child authors. So many youngsters nowadays are interested in writing and want to express themselves in good words and in English or in their own languages. And I think it's a great thing that they're being given this opportunity to showcase their talents and involve themselves in the literary world. All glory comes from daring to begin, and I have always and always will encourage young people to write and express themselves. So the Muskaan Literary Festival, about to take place in the second week of January, look out for it, engage in it. the Prabha Ketan Foundation and its sponsors are to be congratulated on bringing this about. Thank you. I'm Ruskin Bond.
So the literary rock stars who are there with us today, this stage would not be complete without hearing them out as well. So, for a poem recitation, I would like to invite on stage Aviraj. All of 10, but has a way with words. Aviraj, stage pe aa jao jaldi se. He comes all the way from Udaipur. Thoda samay to lagega stage tak aane mein, hai na? Aa jao.
Let our actions be louder than our words and our dreams bigger than our fears. A very warm good evening to my dear audience, beloved parents and all my dear friends. What are your dreams? All of us have dreams. For as long as there is a dream, there is hope. And for as long as there is hope, there is joy in living. Walt Disney once rightly said, if you can dream it, you can do it. So do you all dare to dream? I dare to dream. I have a wondrous magical dream and I would love to share the same with you. As a little boy, the musical rhythmic words was something that always interested me. The use and play of vivid words would grab my attention and soon I found my passion to put these words together and give them a form of poetry. Writing little pieces of poetry then turned into a fascinating journey. I laid hands on different types of poetries and today I take pride in telling that I have a fully published illustrated book named Aviraj Anthology Ode to Poetry to my credit. I would like to share the secret to my achievements, the components that helped me achieve this. My passion for reading triggered my love for words, my supportive family, and not to miss, my positive attitude of yes, I can do it are my weapons to achieve the altitude I have climbed. We can all achieve landmarks we set for ourselves only if we keep some things in our mind. Managing time efficiently, total dedication towards goal, always keep yourself motivated, staying away from people who dissuade you, avoiding procrastination, and last but not the least, never give up. Today, I stand here blessed and grateful to Prabha Ketan Foundation for giving the child authors a great platform to share our thoughts and ideas. I would like to sum up my journey in my own poetic style. In the school, poetry I learned. My field of interest had turned. Poetry I started to write with dedication and all my might. In the morning, I made phrases on my friends that usually I didn't mean to actually intend. But we had a lot of fun and enjoyed, while some of my friends got crossed and annoyed. I started to write every day on my antique swing in the sun's first rain. I recited some in school. On the book of Harry Potter, I started to drool. I finally compiled in the form of a book. A lot of time it also took. All of my friends and family praised. My parents were proud and amazed. I was on cloud 9. Of my life, it was the best time. I still want to write more. Even if it goes to 1,000,000 or crore. Thank you. With this, I would like to rest my words. Thank you for being a great audience.
Wow, I wish that had gone on. And I know all the reasons why I'm not an author now. Would never do the things that this child is managing to do. Wow. But continuing and keeping up the momentum, Saina, I would like to invite another child author from Gurgaon this time to take the stage and recite another lovely poem. Let's put our hands together for her.
Good evening to everyone. Although today's weather is not very warm, it's really chill, but a very good evening to all. I'm Saina Serene, author of the lockdown poetry. I published this book in mid-2020 during the COVID-19 era under the pen name Ini Punch. And today I'll be reciting before you all my very first poem of the book and my very first poem I wrote in general. It's called as Behind the Bars. But before I start, I'd take a moment to apologize to you because it will definitely remind you all of the COVID-19 time. I mean, it was a very, very new situation for all of us. I'm sure you all can agree. I mean, the term lockdown, in fact, the term lockdown was very new for us. So here it goes. Oh, Mother Nature, are you taking revenge? You have sentenced us to this home prison and stolen away our friends. We miss our playgrounds, even our least favorite teachers, enjoying the class rarely and getting punished from her. When no clarification in concepts, we children used to get blank faces. Sometimes daydreaming in the class, we used to write the sentence without giving spaces. Now we're stuck at home, surrendered behind the bars, no option to go out and take a glimpse of the blooming flowers. Earlier, we were enjoying our lives, going to the daily circus, but now ended up on this deadly virus. Now what is left with us? Only a virtual trade. We will miss our patriotism and not to forget our Republic Day parades. The coronavirus is no less than a horrifying beast. Every day my mum is putting all her efforts to make an exotic feast. Extension of lockdown makes me feel sadder day by day. I would be happy more than anything if I just get to cycle and play. Everyday people suffering from COVID-19 makes me feel shocked. Who even eats raw bats? Was cooked food out of stock? My deepest apologies, Mother Nature. I earlier couldn't help you out. No one will dare to trouble you. I feel like to shout. Now we're stuck at home, surrendered behind the bars. No option to go out and take a glimpse of the blooming flowers. Thank you very much.
It was truly amazing listening to both of our child authors, to both of these lovely performers, authors, writers, poets. I don't know how many adjectives to use for all of you. And I am truly now excited about what the next 3 days will unfold. On that note, I would like to accord a very warm welcome to another of our special guests for the evening, Dr. K. Srinivasa Rao, who's the Secretary, Sahitya Akademi. Sir, I would like to invite you on this stage. And I would request Anindita ma'am to please also join us on this stage and felicitate our guest. Thank you so much for being with us this evening, sir. And if you could also share a few words with us.
Thank you. In fact, I made a brief speech for this occasion. The distinguished guests in the inaugural session, and also their children and their proud parents who are assembled here, and friends. I'm very happy to be here in the inaugural of Muskaan Literature Festival of Child Authors. My heartfelt wishes to all of you and your families to have a healthy, peaceful and prosperous 2023. Friends, the National Youth Day is just a day and a half away, and it is very heartening to note that this festival for child authors is being organized to coincide with that. Creative children with strong physiques are vital assets for every country on earth. We have been witnessing the truth of this firsthand across the globe, even though this has been true across ages and civilizations. But mere creativity and strong bodies will not do if the young people have to excel in each and every sphere they are going to engage themselves in. What is needed is the character that will support the creative mind in the evolution of the balanced and excellent human beings. Even Swami Vivekananda, whose birthday is observed as National Youth Day, said the same thing but in different words. He also added that youth is the best phase of human life and we should make best use of it. When the nation is full of such young, creative, strong people with spending character core, the nation will progress and develop. This also can be seen from the status of various nations across the world in the past 100 years, if not more. It is one thing to say children are vital assets. They need to develop character early on in their life. Children should be exposed to vital exercises and creative, suitable challenges, etc. But it is entirely different thing to provide suitable materials and train them from childhood through adolescent period. There are large number of studies across many countries and multiple disciplines linking proper nutrition, flexible curriculum and exercise among children plus accessibility to right kind of materials outside educational institutions that are entertaining as well as capable of triggering creativity among children. Festivals like this go a long way in encouraging children to take up creative writing seriously. Not only for this festival, but for the overall activities of Prabha Kaitan Foundation in ensuring and promoting all-round growth of children of the country. Very crucial aspect of this festival is that it is for children authors. Adults also write children's books, but child authors can do wonders because they can communicate the same message that the children's books penned by the adults in a non-preachy and language that fellow child readers can easily relate to. If I am not wrong, Prabha Kaitan Foundation in association with the Education for All Trust train and promote skill development among children. They train and educate children in various art forms of India with rich heritage through formal and informal education system. They engage diverse groups of students in various activities like storytelling, theatre, etc. They provide educational materials, stationery and coaching classes for students from the marginalized sections of the society. And very importantly, they also distribute healthy and nutritious food to poor students. This is what Muskaan initiative does. I refer to the studies and Muskaan covers all the areas of concern and their initiative deserve all the praise and everyone's support. It is gladdening to note that the Muskaan initiative doing its bit in fulfilling the vision of Swami Vivekananda. With our encouragement and support, Prabha Kaitan Foundation can carry Muskaan Literature Festival for child authors to various parts of India. Here I would like to add something, if I am permitted to. Sahitya Academy has a program series called Grama Lok, and that is our village outreach program across all the languages. In almost every village covered so far, around 200 villages we have covered. My colleagues have been able to see highly talented children in the villages. And it is the initiative like Muskaan is what is needed in our rural spaces to spot and promote literary talents lying hidden in our villages. With these few words, let me conclude my speech, and I thank the organizers for providing this opportunity to be with all of you here today. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing those words with us. I would now like to invite on stage Dr. Sachidanand Joshi, Member Secretary, IGNCA, to give a speech and share what he feels about this festival.
नमस्कार। आज के कार्यक्रम के मुख्य अतिथि श्री प्रियांक कानूंगो जी, विशेष अतिथि श्री श्रीवास्तव जी, साहित्य अकादमी के सचिव श्री श्रीनिवास राव जी, ऑर्गेनाइजिंग कमेटी के सभी सदस्य और मेंबर्स, जूरी मेंबर्स, प्यारे चाइल्ड ऑथर्स, उनके पेरेंट्स और भी जो दर्शक इस काम के लिए आए हैं। आज हिंदी में बोलने का विशेष महत्व ये है कि आज विश्व हिंदी दिवस है, 10 जनवरी। और आज सुबह दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय में मैंने हिंदी पर भाषण दिया है, इसलिए अब मेरा ज़मीर गवारा नहीं करता कि मैं यहाँ पर अंग्रेज़ी में बात करूँ। वैसे भी यहाँ पर जो लिखा है प्रभा खेतान फाउंडेशन के नीचे, उसको थोड़ा सा गौर से पढ़िए। उसमें लिखा है अपनी भाषा अपने लोग। मेरे ख्याल से यहाँ 75% से ज़्यादा लोग तो ऐसे हैं जो मेरी बात को हिंदी में समझ सकते हैं। अगर समझ सकते हैं तो ज़ोरदार ताली बजाएं। मैं प्रभा खेतान फाउंडेशन और उनके सभी सहयोगी आयोजकों को इस आयोजन के लिए बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूँ। सहयोगी आयोजकों में इंदिरा गांधी राष्ट्रीय कला केंद्र भी है और इंडिया इंटरनेशनल सेंटर भी है। और ये दोनों बड़ी संस्थाएं जब चाइल्ड ऑथर्स के लिए एक साथ आई हैं तो आप समझ सकते हैं कि बच्चों का साहित्य ये कितना हमारे लिए महत्वपूर्ण है। और बच्चों का साहित्य भी 3 तरह का साहित्य है। पहला साहित्य है बड़े जो बच्चों के लिए लिखते हैं, जिसके बारे में अभी थोड़ी देर पहले श्रीनिवास राव साहब ने भी कहा कि जब बड़े बच्चों के लिए लिखते हैं तो वो बहुत ज़्यादा उपदेश झाड़ने की कोशिश करते हैं। तुम ऐसा करो, तुम वैसा करो, तुम ये करो, तुम वो करो। और इसलिए कई बार बच्चे पक जाते हैं, ये क्या आप सिखा रहे हैं, क्योंकि जो बातें आप अपने लिए खुद के लिए लागू नहीं करते, वो जब आप बाल साहित्य लिखते हैं तो चाहते हैं कि सब कुछ बच्चे अपने ऊपर लागू करें। दूसरा साहित्य जो बच्चे अपने लिए लिखते हैं, वो भी एक बहुत महत्वपूर्ण साहित्य होता है, क्योंकि बच्चे ही अपनी मनोव्यथा को बता सकते हैं। और बच्चे कितने इनोवेटिव होते हैं, इसके बारे में मैं एक छोटा सा एग्जाम्पल आपको देना चाहता हूँ। मैं मराठी भाषी हूँ, मेरी पत्नी मालविका यहाँ बैठी हैं, वो बांग्ला भाषी हैं। हमारे घर में मराठी और बंगाली दोनों का वातावरण है, लेकिन चूँकि ज़्यादा हम हमारे माता पिता के साथ रहते हैं, इसलिए मराठी का वातावरण ज़्यादा है, इसलिए बच्चे बांग्ला सीख नहीं पाए। जो बच्चा मेरा 3री क्लास में था, छोटा वाला, तो उसको किसी एक समय में उसकी टीचर ने पूछा व्हाट इज़ योर मदर टंग। अब वो बच्चा थोड़ा घबरा गया, क्योंकि अगर वो बोलता है कि व्हाट इज़ माई मदर टंग मराठी, तो मराठी तो मेरी माँ की भाषा नहीं है। अगर वो बोलता है मदर टंग इज़ बंगाली, तो मुझे बंगाली आती नहीं है। तो बच्चे ने टीचर को कहा कि मैं आपके इस सवाल का जवाब कल दूंगा। घर आया और उसने मेरी माँ से यानी अपनी दादी से पूछा कि दादी, मेरी टीचर पूछ रही थी व्हाट इज़ माई मदर टंग, व्हाट शुड आई से। मुझे मराठी आती है, बट दैट इज़ नॉट माई मदर टंग, दैट इज़ फादर टंग। तो टीचर ने फादर टंग नहीं पूछी, मदर टंग पूछी है। माँ ने कहा बेटा तुझे जो समझ में आया वो जवाब दे देना। अगले दिन उसने क्या जवाब दिया होगा, जब टीचर ने पूछा व्हाट इज़ योर मदर टंग, तो उसने कहा मैडम आई कांट टेल यू व्हाट इज़ माई मदर टंग, बट आई कैन टेल यू व्हाट इज़ माई ग्रैंड मदर टंग एंड दैट इज़ मराठी। ये जो इनोवेशन है ये सिर्फ बच्चा ही कर सकता है, ये हम लोग नहीं कर सकते। तो इसलिए जब चाइल्ड ऑथर अपनी क्रिएटिविटी के साथ पूरे जोश और जुनून के साथ आते हैं तो वो ऐसा इनोवेशन करते हैं जो हम लोग कल्पना भी नहीं कर सकते। और तीसरी ऑथरशिप है जो बच्चे बड़ों के लिए लिखते हैं। और कई बार आपको आश्चर्य होता है, अभी इस बिटिया ने जो कविता सुनाई कोविड के ऊपर, हम में से कितने लोग हैं जो इस धरातल पर, इस स्टेज पर जाकर इस चीज़ को सोच पाते हैं। या जो बालक ने अपनी अपेक्षाओं को जो उड़ान दी, जो ऊंचाई दी, हम लोग कितने लोग हैं जो उस उम्र में उस बात को सोच पाते हैं, समझ पाते हैं। कई बार लगता है कि विचारों की परिपक्वता उम्र से नहीं आती, उनके एक्सपोजर से आती है। जितने वो एक्सपोज होते हैं, जितना वो सोचते हैं। और इसलिए मैं आज जो सारे चाइल्ड ऑथर्स यहाँ हैं, उसके लिए उनको तो बधाई दे रहा हूँ, उससे ज़्यादा बधाई मैं उनके पेरेंट्स को दे रहा हूँ कि उन्होंने अपने घर में वो वातावरण बनाया जिससे ये सारी बातें वो सोच सकें। जाहिर है कि आयोजकों की अपनी कुछ लिमिटेशंस रही होंगी, जिसके कारण वो 100 में से सिर्फ 31 लोगों को ही चुन पाए हैं। पर मेरे लिहाज से वो सभी 100 सिलेक्टेड हैं और वो सभी 100 यहाँ आ सकते हैं, क्योंकि कोई भी साहित्य अच्छा बुरा नहीं होता, कोई भी साहित्य इंफीरियर या सुपीरियर नहीं होता। हम लोगों में से बहुत सारे लोग जो एकेडमिक्स में हैं, मैं कई बार, क्योंकि मेरी भी तमाम ज़िंदगी एकेडमिक्स में बीती है, और मैं उनसे पूछता हूँ कि हाउ 65 इज़ इन्फीरियर टू 70, प्रूव इट, दे कैन नॉट प्रूव इट। ये सिर्फ नोशनल है और ये सिर्फ कंपैरेटिव है। जो नंबर मेरे सामने से गुजरते हैं वो सिर्फ नोशनल और कंपैरेटिव होते हैं। इसलिए कोई भी साहित्य अच्छा या बुरा, श्रेष्ठ या उससे कम नहीं होता। सभी साहित्य अपनी अपनी दृष्टि से बहुत महान होते हैं। छोटी सी एक कविता आपके सामने सिर्फ इसलिए सुना देना चाहता हूँ कि चाइल्ड ऑथर्स का ये कार्यक्रम है और ये बच्चे और बड़ों की कविता है। मैं अभी तक सोचता था कि अपन अभी भी छोटे ही हैं, क्योंकि जब आप घर में रहते हैं और पेरेंट्स आपके साथ रहते हैं तो आपको बड़प्पन का एहसास नहीं होता। इस बार कुछ दिवाली पर ऐसा हुआ कि लगा कि हम बड़े हो गए हैं। तो इस कविता का शीर्षक है अब बड़े हो गए हैं हम। नरक चतुर्दशी पर जब नरक में जाने का भय नहीं सताया, लगा कि अब बड़े हो गए हैं। पपड़ी बनाते समय बेसन की कच्ची लोई का गोला नहीं खाया, लगा कि हम बड़े हो गए हैं। भोग लगने से पहले थाल से लड्डू नहीं उठाया, लगा कि हम बड़े हो गए हैं। दिया मोमबत्ती बेचते बच्चों को देख चाइल्ड लेबर का ख्याल आया, लगा कि हम बड़े हो गए हैं। पटाखों में जब भीषण प्रदूषण नजर आया, लगा कि हम बड़े हो गए हैं। पूजा के समय नए कपड़े पहनने का ध्यान नहीं आया, लगा कि हम बड़े हो गए हैं। अपने खाने पीने पर बच्चों को टोका टाकी करते पाया, लगा कि अब बड़े हो गए हैं। घर का सामान खरीदते समय जब रामू काका का ख्याल नहीं आया, लगा कि हम बड़े हो गए हैं। रिश्तेदारों में चचेरे ममेरे फुफेरे का फर्क नजर आया, लगा कि हम बड़े हो गए हैं। ऐन दिवाली की मस्ती में भी अगले हफ्ते का काम नजर आया, लगा कि हम बड़े हो गए हैं। प्यार को जब नाटक में और झगड़े को जब असल में बदलता पाया, लगा कि हम बड़े हो गए हैं। छीन कर त्योहार की मौज मस्ती, इस बड़प्पन ने हमें बहुत भरमाया। हे भगवान, हम क्यों बड़े हो गए हैं, हम क्यों बड़े हो गए हैं। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर आपका। खूब आनंद भी आया, बहुत कुछ सीखने को भी मिला और बहुत सारी आपने ऐसी बातें कहीं जो लंबे समय तक हमारे साथ रहेंगी। इसी के साथ मैं स्टेज पर आमंत्रित करना चाहूँगी डॉक्टर के.एन. श्रीवास्तव को, द डायरेक्टर ऑफ इंडिया इंटरनेशनल सेंटर। सो प्लीज डू कम ऑन टू द स्टेज एंड शेयर अ फ्यू वर्ड्स अबाउट द फेस्टिवल एंड दिस इवनिंग विद अस।
Dr. Sachidanand Joshi, Member Secretary IGNCA, Dr. K. Srinivas Rao, Secretary of Sahitya Academy, Sri Priyank Kanoongo, Chairperson, National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, members of the Selection Committee, Mrs. Anandita Chatterjee, Executive Trustee, Prabha Khetan Foundation, ladies and gentlemen. At the very outset, I would like to congratulate Prabha Khetan Foundation and particularly its Executive Trustee Anandita Chatterjee for taking the initiative to start this Muskaan Literature Festival for child authors. I also acknowledge the cooperation extended by IGNCA, Sahitya Academy, National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, and of course my own organization, Inauguration Center, and others in this endeavor. The Muskaan Literature Festival is going to be harbinger for encouraging child authors across the country and across the Indian languages. I am very sure that the encouragement provided by the festival to the child authors would culminate in producing renowned literators and academicians in future. In this context, I wish to recall what Neil Armstrong said after landing on the moon on July 20, 1969 in his Apollo lunar module, and after stepping onto the lunar surface famously said that one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind. Likewise, this small step taken by Priyank Kanoongo Foundation to encourage child authors through the Muskaan Literary Festival would prove to be a giant effort in promoting literature amongst the youth of our country. I am very pleased to see and meet with a large number of young child authors today. I congratulate all of them, and particularly those who have been selected by the selection committee for the award. The young authors who have been selected are indeed gems of our country, and it is a momentous occasion to celebrate their remarkable achievement. I look forward to the 3 days of vibrant interaction workshops along with eminent moderators and the performance. I end by complimenting all the persons associated with organizing this festival. I thank Priyank Kanoongo Foundation and its executive trustee Ananta Chatterjee for the opportunity provided to me to speak on this occasion. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Dr. Srivastav. And now I would like to invite on stage Mr. Priyank Kanoongo, Chairperson, National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, to come and share a few words with us.
Namaste.
मैं अव्वल तो साहित्य और कला की दुनिया से बहुत दूर दूर तक वास्ता नहीं रखता, लेकिन आप लोगों ने बोलने के लिए भी डॉक्टर जोशी के और श्रीवास्तव जी के और राव साहब के बाद खड़ा कर दिया, और दो बहुत अच्छे चाइल्ड ऑथर्स जिन्होंने अपनी कविताएं सुनाई उसके बाद खड़ा कर दिया। इसलिए आपने अच्छा किया पहले ताली बजाने का बोल दिया। सो आदरणीय जोशी साहब, आदरणीय श्रीवास्तव जी, आदरणीय राव साहब, आदरणीय चक्रवर्ती जी, यहाँ उपस्थित बाल साहित्यकार, मुझे अनंत जी ने जब बोला कि ऐसे एक कार्यक्रम में जाना है तो मैंने तुरंत हाँ कर दिया। अनंत जी अब कुछ बात बोलेंगे तो कोई दूसरा ऑप्शन नहीं होता, उन्होंने बोला तो हाँ कर दी। और मैं टूर पे था, लगातार आपसे बात हुई थी। अब मैं आज सवेरे जब आया तो मेरे को याद आया कि पहुंचना है शाम को, तो सोचा बाल साहित्य का जो कार्यक्रम है ये बाल साहित्यकारों का है या बाल साहित्यकारों का है। तो हिंदी में बड़ी दिक्कत है कि हम कैसे समझें इसको कि ये लिखने वाले बच्चे हैं या लिखने वाले वो हैं जो बच्चों पर लिखेंगे। तो ये एक कठिन बात थी। फिर थोड़ी देर में समझ में आया जब कॉन्सेप्ट नोट पढ़ा कि ये तो वाकई में अपनी बिरादरी के लोग हैं, बच्चे ही हैं जो लिखेंगे। अपनी बिरादरी का इसलिए कहा क्योंकि मैं जिस कमीशन का चेयरपर्सन हूँ वो 18 साल तक के बच्चों के ही बात सुनने के लिए, उनके अधिकारों पे काम करने के लिए। इस कमीशन का वैसे तो साहित्य से कोई सीधा जुड़ाव नहीं बनता, लेकिन जो पिछला विश्व हिंदी सम्मेलन हुआ था उस हिंदी सम्मेलन में बाल साहित्य पर चर्चा हुई और ये तय किया गया कि एक एक्सपर्ट ग्रुप बनेगा, एक अनुशंसा अनुपालन समिति बनेगी और वो अनुशंसा अनुपालन समिति में एक उप समिति राष्ट्रीय बाल अधिकार संरक्षण आयोग को दी गई। और उस उप समिति का काम ये है कि हिंदी में रचा जाने वाला बाल साहित्य, उस पर एक राष्ट्रीय और एक अंतर्राष्ट्रीय संगोष्ठी करना, उस पर उस साहित्य का वार्षिक आकलन लिखा जाना। और हमको एक काम और मिला है, हमको हिंदी में जो बाल साहित्य है उसके इतिहास का भी संकलन करना है। तो ये काम बड़ा कठिन है और आज जो आप सभी साहित्य जगत की मूर्धन्य हस्तियां हैं, प्रभा खेतान फाउंडेशन से खासतौर पे ये निवेदन है कि हम पिछले 3-4 साल से परेशान हैं, सही बात बता रहा हूँ। हम संगोष्ठी हर साल करते हैं, हम भारत के लोग भी बुलाते हैं, भारत के बाहर के लोगों को भी हाइब्रिड मोड पे जोड़ते हैं, पर इतने सारे लेखकों के बीच में, इतने सारे साहित्यकारों के बीच में, क्योंकि हम लोगों का उस तरीके का अनुभव है नहीं, हम असहाय हो जाते हैं एकदम कि कहाँ से बात शुरू होगी और कहाँ हम ले जाके ख़त्म करें। ये 2 कामों में आप प्लीज़ हमारी मदद करिए। तो हमको ये आकलन लिखना है और एक इतिहास का संकलन करना है। तो ये एक मेरे लिए अवसर है कि मैं आपके बीच में अपनी बात रख सकूं। हम मार्च के महीने में हर साल ये गोष्ठी आयोजित करते हैं, तो इस दफ़ा आप प्लीज़ पार्टिसिपेंट्स की लिस्ट बनाने में, प्रतिभागियों की सूची बनाने में हमारी मदद करिए, जिससे हम ज़्यादा लोगों को उसमें इन्वॉल्व कर सकें। इस वर्ष जो फिजी में अंतर्राष्ट्रीय हिंदी सम्मेलन होगा, उसमें हमको अपनी पिछले 3-4 साल का लेखा जोखा देना पड़ेगा, तो थोड़ा होमवर्क टाइम पे हो जाए, इसके लिए आप लोगों से मदद की आवश्यकता है। खैर, ये तो वो बात थी जो आयोग से रिलेटेड थी और काम की बात थी। अगर हम बाल साहित्य की बात करें तो ये पंचतंत्र का भारत है और ये पीढ़ी जो बच्चों के साहित्य को सुनने आई है, उसमें से अधिकांश नंदन, चंपक और चंदा मामा पढ़ते पढ़ते यहाँ तक आई है। लेकिन ये जो पीढ़ी जिसके लिखे हुए साहित्य को हम 3 दिन तक सुनेंगे, पढ़ेंगे, उस पर बातें करेंगे, क्या उसको हम इस तरीके का वातावरण देने में सफल हो पाए, ये हमारी पीढ़ी के लिए एक प्रश्न चिन्ह है। हमारे पहले वालों ने काफ़ी कुछ बोया, काफ़ी कुछ छोड़ा, हम जितना अपने दोनों हाथों में समेट सकते थे हम समेट के आगे बढ़ पाए। क्या हम ये जो बच्चे आज हैं उनके लिए उस तरीके की विरासत छोड़ पा रहे हैं, ये हमारे ऊपर एक प्रश्न चिन्ह है। साथियों, साहित्य समाज का दर्पण होता है और बच्चों का समाज अलग है। जोशी साहब ने कहा था कि बच्चे अलग तरीके से सोचते हैं, बच्चों की इनोवेशन की क्षमता अलग होती है, उनका समाज अलग है। बच्चों के समाज का दर्पण पूरे समाज के सामने आए, वो बेहद आवश्यक है। बच्चे हम एक सकारात्मक ढंग से उस तरफ ले जा सके जहाँ उनको जाना चाहिए ऐसा हमको लगता है, जहाँ उनको जाना चाहिए ऐसा उनको लगता है। जो 2-3 मोटी मोटी बातें हैं वो ये हैं कि माध्यम बदले। हम लोग इंतज़ार करते थे कि 15 दिन में या सप्ताह में या महीने में जो पत्रिका छप के आएगी वो हमको मिलेगी, हम उसको पढ़ेंगे। उसको फाड़ते थे, आधा आधा पढ़ते थे, फिर उसको सिलते थे। ये बच्चों को वो अवसर नहीं मिले। इन बच्चों को वो अवसर मिला है कि इनके हाथ में मोबाइल है और यहाँ जितने अभिभावक बैठे हुए हैं जिन्होंने अपने बच्चों को रोने पर मोबाइल नहीं दिया, वो बच्चे मुझे लगता है वही बच्चे हैं जो आज साहित्य लिखने में सक्षम होता है। तो हम बच्चों को रोने नहीं दे रहे हैं। सोचिए जरा, बच्चा रोता है उसको मोबाइल पकड़ा देते हैं, उसको बोलते हैं तुम यूट्यूब पे वीडियो देख लो। अब आप हंसाइए मत, तो रोने तो दीजिए। 2.5 साल के 2 साल के बच्चे को आप प्ले स्कूल में डाल देते हैं, तो हम वो नहीं, जो हमको मिला हम आगे नहीं सौंप पा रहे, हम बीच में कुछ गायब कर दे रहे। आज जो बाल साहित्यकार हैं उनसे मेरा ये कहना है कि बेटा आप लोग अगर सोशल मीडिया से दूर तो खैर दूर रहने का कहना ऐसा होगा कि फिर आप कोई भी बात नहीं मानोगे। अभी सोचोगे यार एक आध बात तो मान लो, इस आदमी की बहुत सारी बात करती है। आप लोग जो लिखते हो उसको संप्रेषित करने के लिए सोशल मीडिया को माध्यम बनाने की कोशिश करिए। सोशल मीडिया पर गंदगी भरी हुई है, हमको उसको साफ करने के लिए। मैं कल किसी स्कूल के फंक्शन में था, स्कूल के फंक्शन में मुझे समझ में आया कि सांस्कृतिक पुनर्जागरण का तो काल आ चुका। मतलब आप सोचिए कि एक स्कूल का फंक्शन था, एनुअल डे था, और एक भी फिल्मी गीत पे डांस नहीं हुआ, वाकई नहीं हुआ। और ऐसा लग रहा था कि जैसे किसी सरकारी या किसी साहित्यिक संस्था का एक कार्यक्रम, इसमें लोकगीत थे, लोक संगीत थे, बहुत सारी सांस्कृतिक गतिविधियाँ जो जड़ों से जुड़ी हुई थी। मुझे एहसास हुआ कि बच्चे हमसे तेजी से सांस्कृतिक पुनर्जागरण की तरफ बढ़ रहे हैं। ज़रूरत है उनको थोड़ा सा दिशा बोध कराने की। अगर हम वो दिशा बोध करा सके, जैसे मैं आपको सोशल मीडिया के बारे में बता रहा था कि अभिभावक हमेशा बच्चों से पूछते हैं, या आज भी पूछते हैं कि तुम स्कूल किसके साथ गए। बहुत से सजग अभिभावक बच्चों से ये भी पूछते हैं कि स्कूल में टिफ़िन शेयर किया कि नहीं, किसके साथ किया। मैंने अपने भतीजे से एक बार पूछा, 4th क्लास में पढ़ता है, कि भाई उसने अपनी दादी पर एक कविता भी लिखी बीच में। तब मैंने उससे पूछा कि तुम स्कूल में क्या क्या करते हो। मुझे बड़ा तकलीफ़ हुई इस बात की कि उसने बताया कि वो टिफ़िन अपना अकेले खाता है। तो तुम शेयर करना क्यों नहीं सीख रहे हो? हमको बच्चों को आज ही सिखाना पड़ रहा है कि उनको शेयर करना है। बच्चों के दोस्त कौन हैं हम नहीं पूछ रहे हैं। हमको केवल इतना पता है कि वो बस में या रिक्शा में किसके साथ स्कूल गए, किसके साथ वापस आए। हमको ये नहीं पता कि बच्चे सोशल मीडिया पे किसके दोस्त हैं। प्लीज़ पूछिए, ये पूछना बेहद ज़रूरी है और बच्चों को भी ये बताना बेहद ज़रूरी है। आप लोग जैसे स्कूल से आके कभी कभी माँ को बताते हो ना कुछ बात फ़िल्टर करके, लेकिन सोशल मीडिया पे आपकी जो एक्टिविटीज़ हैं प्लीज़ बताइए। बहुत खुशनुमा माहौल है, बहुत अच्छी बातें हम लोग करने वाले हैं 3 दिन। मैं सोशल मीडिया के कटु अनुभवों में से कुछ भी आज शेयर नहीं करूँगा, लेकिन यहाँ जितने भी ऑथर्स हैं, बच्चे हैं, साहित्यकार हैं, मैं आप सभी को निमंत्रित करता हूँ, आप सभी को इनवाइट करता हूँ। इस सड़क के पार बिल्कुल सामने आयोग का ऑफिस है। आप लोग 3 दिन में जब भी आ सकते हैं, आधे घंटे 1 घंटे के लिए आइए और मज़ा आएगा, मज़ा करेंगे। जब भी आपको आना हो आप प्लीज़ एक कॉल करिएगा और प्लीज़ लेके आइए। थैंक यू सो मच, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Gee, we will remember this invitation, and now we will move towards the finale, the grand act of the evening, which is going to be a cultural program named Udaan. This particular program has been conceptualized by Ms. Shinjini Kulkarni, Ehsaas woman of Noida, who will also be performing on stage along with Anhat Johal, Zoya Kamal, Charvi Yadav, ललिता निषाद, और उनको बहुत सारा बैकग्राउंड सपोर्ट दे रही हैं देवयांशी। इस प्रोग्राम का नाम है उड़ान, a flight to dreams, to limitless possibilities, to harnessing the infinite potential that lies in each child. It traces the journey of a girl who is limited by her environment, but who finds the inspiration to overcome challenges and take a leap unto the infinite sky of dreams and aspirations. In a conversation about the program, Shinjini mentioned that what this particular act, this performance forces you to think about is that worse than not having access to resources is not finding oneself worthy of those resources, and is this a mental barrier that can be crossed. At its core also lies the message of how the Muskaan initiative touches lives. Joining us on stage would also be Huma Khalil, Ehsaas woman of Delhi, who will be reciting selected verses from Allama Iqbal, Afsar Meriti, Nida Fazli. Along with her, we will also be joined by Ms. Unnati Singh, Ehsaas woman of Indore, who will be reciting a Hindi poem by Vivek Shrotiya. And after this performance, towards the end, we will see children from the Prayas Foundation, especially able students, who will be putting up another dance drama which has been choreographed by Mr. Ovirup Sen Gupta. I present to you now the finale act titled Udaan.
दूर पड़े रंग बिरंगे खिलौने, उसके मन में बसे सपनों की तरह। ख्वाहिश में घुली उसकी आंखें लगी हैं बतियाने, चमकदार गुड़िया के गुलाबी परिधानों से, चमकदार गुड़िया के परिधानों से। पट्टियों वाली कारें और बड़ी बड़ी आंखों वाले भरवा जानवर। सोच रही है क्यों लगते हैं ये सब असली से ज्यादा प्यारे। वह चाहती है उन्हें उठाकर घर ले जाना। नहीं, वो नहीं चाहती है उनको उठाकर घर ले जाना। उसे तो बस है छूना, थोड़ा सा छूना, थोड़ा सा छूना। के बावजूद उसका दिल मुस्कुराता है। जी भर के वो घर लौट रही है, अपने हाथ में खिलौनों की जगह उम्मीदें और आंखों में सपनों की मुस्कान लिए, आंखों में सपनों की मुस्कान लिए।
दौरे जहां का और ही अंदाज है। उठ के अब दौरे जहां का और ही अंदाज है। मशरिक़ो मगरिब में तेरे दौर का आवाज है। मुमकिन है सफर हो आसान, मुमकिन है सफर हो आसान। अब साथ भी चल कर देखें, कुछ तुम भी बदल कर देखो, कुछ हम भी बदल कर देखें। झिझक न दिल में लाओ तुम, झिझक न दिल में लाओ तुम, बस बस अब कदम बढ़ाओ तुम, जरा न डगमगाओ तुम, रुख पे मुस्कान सजाओ तुम, रुख पे मुस्कान सजाओ तुम। उठा दिया कदम अगर तो बस खुदा, उठा दिया कदम अगर तो खत्म है बस अब सफर, उठा दिया कदम अगर तो खत्म है बस अब सफर, है राह साफ बेखतर, न कोई खौफ है न डर।
चिर सजग आंखें उनींदी, आज कैसा व्यस्त बाना, जाग तुझको दूर जाना। अचल हिमगिरी के हृदय में आज चाहे कंप हो ले, या प्रलय के आंसुओं में मौन अलसित व्योम रोले। आज पी आलोक को डोले तिमिर की घोर छाया, जाग या विद्युत शिखाओं में निठुर तूफान बोले। पर तुझे है नाश पथ पर चिन्ह अपने छोड़ आना, जाग तुझको दूर जाना। जाग तुझको दूर है जाना, जाग तुझको दूर है जाना।
साधा धगिनता सिरका धगिनता साधा धगिनता सिरका साधा धगिनता 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 साधा धगिनता सिरका सिरका धगिनता साधा 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 धगिनता सिरका सिरका धगिनता धगिनता धगिनता
बांध लेंगे क्या तुझे मोम के बंधन सजीले, पंथ की बाधा बनेंगे तितलियों के पर रहेंगे। विश्व का क्रंदन भुला देगी मधुप की मधुर धुन, क्या डुबो देंगे तुझे ये फूल के रंगों से। तू न अपनी छाँव को अपने लिए तारा बनाना, जाग तुझको दूर जाना। जाग तुझको दूर है जाना, जाग तुझको जीवन सुधा 2 घंट मदिरा मांग लाया। सो गई आंधी मलय की बात का उपधान ले का अभिशाप क्या अब नींद बनकर पास आया। अमरता सुध चाहता क्यों मृत्यु को उर में बसाना। जाग तुझको दूर जाना। सांस में अब भूल वह जलती कहानी। आग हो उर में तभी दृढ़ में सजेगा आज पानी। हार भी तेरी बनी थी माननी जय की पताका। राख क्षणिक पतंग की है अमर दीपक की निशानी। है तुझे अंगार शैया पर मृदुल कन्या बिछाना। जाग तुझको दूर जाना। जाग तुझको दूर जाना। ताना देना
Yes. It wouldn't be wrong to stand and applaud them, all of them. This was visually stunning. This was inspiring. This was everything. And I would request your presence, believe me, not for more than 2 minutes more. There are people we need to thank for making this festival possible. Just stay with me for 2 more minutes. I would request Mrs. Ray to join me here on a makeshift podium and stage for the vote of thanks.
And time for thank yous. So I would like to end the inaugural program of Muskaan Literature Festival by extending my heartfelt gratitude to the distinguished dignitaries, Mr. Priyank Kanoongo, Chairperson, National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, Dr. Satchidanand Joshi, Member Secretary, the Executive and Academic Head of Indira Gandhi National Center of Arts, and Mr. K.N. Srivastava, Director of India International Center, Dr. K. Srinivas Rao, Secretary, Sahitya Academy. The august presence of eminent guests made today's inauguration ceremony very special. A special word of thanks to Mr. Rustin Bond, whose speech was a delight for the youngsters, I'm sure even for the adults. On behalf of Priyank Kanoongo Foundation and Education for All Trust, I, Sumitra Ray, thank all the amazing child authors and their parents for being an integral part of today's ceremony. Special thanks to Abhiraj Singh and Saina Sareen for their wonderful recitations. Thank you, Ms. Shinjini Kulkarni, she was just here just now. Ehsaas Women of Noida, Ms. Huma Khalil Mirza, Ehsaas Women of Delhi, and Ms. Unnati Singh, Ehsaas Women of Indore, for taking out your precious time to craft a brilliant cultural program. That was awesome. What a beautiful message that was. Mr. Avirup Sengupta, can we have you out here, Mr. Sengupta? Avirup and Shinjini both, I think. Avirup, please. Popular demand. Yes. He is just brilliant. Bringing out that kind of talent among the children is a very, very tough job. You can agree to that, I guess. Mr. Avirup Sengupta and his team of Prayas Foundation deserve a big round of applause for showcasing their astonishing talent, I would say astonishing talent, and showing us that life is beautiful. Indeed, today's ceremony hosted at IGNCA Auditorium heralded the beginning of an engaging 3-day literary extravaganza. Looking forward to 3 days of excitement and enjoyment as we all catch up with the young storytellers and poets from different regions of India at India International Center, Delhi. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening.